Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Shop Talk. Today I'm up here in the front room where all my radios are kept, and I'm looking for some space, mostly to set our TS520 SE station when I get it up and running. And as you can see here on the benches, we got stuff all the way up to the ceiling here and back around. Some of the older vintage gear. We have lots of old Swans and Yazoo equipment. The newest thing that I have in the shop is the TS2000 sitting there in the corner, but I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to set up the TS520 station. Now I have this corner right over here, and it's just some storage, but I've got something else in a minute that I'm going to show you that I'm going to build another table and put over here, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So I'm looking around, the room is basically full. Remote control RC playing parts and boxes and stuff underneath the workbenches, because I don't have no room to even put them. So we just got to get some more room up here in the front room. So I'm working on redoing a few things, and as you come in the door, we're standing at the front door, and this is what you see when you walk into the front room of the shop. And this is basically was the customer's waiting room at one time, years ago. Let me reposition the camera here. And there was the old service window over there stacked with tore down RC planes. But we're looking at this table right here, and this is where I'm going to set out the TS520 station. And I got a little something down the end that we'll be repairing that just came in. Just did the unboxing on it. So the shop is pretty much full, and the radio room is full also. There's even tore down airplanes hanging from the ceiling. That's a quarter scale Piper J3 Cubs hanging up there. I've got to get back on and get finished up one day. Yeah, but I think this this bench here will be a good place to set up the TS520 station. I think there'll be plenty of room, and way over there is where we were just looking at, where I'm going to put another station at that I'll be showing you in a minute. But there was something here that I wanted to show you that you don't see much of, and I think you'll like this when we get a good look at it. So this was sent in by a viewer that needed some repair work done, and as you can see, it is a Sony. And before getting into telling you what it is, so we have a little compartment here for holding the pamphlets with it. But we'll go ahead and pull the cover off, and I'll let y'all get a sneak peek at this before we get into a repair with it. And what we have here is a Sony CRF-V21 communication receiver. Now I'm working on another Sony for this guy, and I think I had some snippets of it in one of the other videos, but we'll be coming out with a repair video on it before long. This is actually a newer model than what the other one was, but the complaint is the LCD screen has some horizontal lines in it, and we've got to work on that. And the receiver is down just a tad. But if y'all ain't never seen one of these, I just want to go ahead and show it to you. The shape of this thing is just immaculate, and looking at it, you can You can't even hardly tell the age of it. I mean, it's just beautiful, well kept piece of equipment. And you know, it's a very interesting piece of equipment. It receives all kinds of modes, you know, not only single sideband CW, AM, FM, RTTY, and different modes. And one thing that's nice about this, if you can do RTTY, see this little door that opens up and out pops a roll of paper. And this is a printer, so it'll print off the information that it's receiving. Very nice piece of equipment, and we'll be doing a future repair on this. Up on the top it has a fold out light, and if I remember correctly from reading up on these, there's no light in the display. It uses this light to shine down on the display to brighten it up. And it's a little loose, so we'll have to repair that also. But you know, the biggest thing is just getting it back to its original formal glory that it's supposed to be in. Not a whole lot to do to it. Just go in there and probably do a good tune up, maybe replace some caps, and see what we're going to do about this LCD screen. I believe that you know, I looked in the manual and it doesn't really show you, but I believe the LCD may have zebra strips, or it might have those stick-on terminal strips to make contact onto the LCD itself, and sometimes they'll come loose. You know, the zebra strip, you can just clean it. The other one has the stick-on ribbon cable, is a little bit more tough to deal with, but you know, I think we can work through it. Here's just a quick sneak peek of the back of it. You got this little compartment here that folds out, and inside of it you'll have your antenna base, your telescoping antenna, and your feed line for the antenna. Around here on the side, open this up, little door slides back, your antenna ports, and your power connector for your antenna. Yes, it uses a powered antenna. And then on the other side we simply have our battery holder. We do have the power supply here for it to run it off of mains voltage. And the way the power supply works, you have a fake battery, and that just pops right in, supplies power to the whole unit. Push the button, comes right back out. Well, yeah, I think we'll have a little fun getting into this piece of equipment here in the future, and getting it fixed up for the customer and getting it back to them. Yeah, so the next step is going to be coming here and get this stuff here out of the way and go ahead and build another bench. I'll have to redo this other stuff to match it all the way across. But I got needs. I think y'all remember the old NC98 up there and the NC155. We're going to put them to use before long and do a little fun with those. I think you'll enjoy what we have in mind to do. Here's a couple pair of TS520s. These are not the S models, they're the standard older models. Some Yaesu VHF equipment sitting there, 726s, 736s. Some of my pride and joys here is the old Swans. That's a 350, a 500CX, and a 500. We do have a couple of old Siltronics that we go through. There's a old Yaesu FT221R, works like a charm. If you've never seen the vintage Midland Model 13 510A that someone sent in for me. That's up and running good. And another Siltronics. And around down the corner is one that I completely restored. And that was a Clegg 99er 6-meter AM rig. And AM is what we are looking at doing here. As soon as I get this other stuff cleaned out and a new bench rearranged on this end. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, this is the other piece I was going to show you. If you haven't ever seen one of these, this is a Heathkit Apache. It is the TX1 transmitter and transmitter only. And this is a AM CW transmitter. It's better known as the Scratchy Apache is what they were called back in the day, but there's been several mods to make them sound halfway decent. Now, you know, if you look at the control function, you know, it says single sideband, but trust me, this does not have single sideband in it. It is CW and AM only. Single sideband was added by another unit that ties into it, and I would have put this up on the bench and showed you the inside of it, but this thing weighs over 100 pounds and it is very heavy. It's got a lot of iron inside of it, a couple of big transformers and some big chokes in there that are just as big as the transformers. And a while back I had 2 of these, and I ended up selling one of them, and I kept the parts unit, which it is sitting on down there. So there's 2 of them here, and this one is in very nice shape cosmetically. I mean, it's not bad at all. Some of the dark green paint around the bezel is popped off, and there's a little scratch down here. I think this was when the guy moved it out to get it here to me, it went up against something in his truck and scratched it up. But you know, other than that, she's in pretty nice looking shape. Can't really complain about it. You know, a little pitting on the some of the knobs, but that's expected with the age of this thing. The one thing is that the Heathkit emblem is missing, but I have one on the second unit that I can put on it. And again, the second unit is a parts rig. And you see a little paint missing off the case, which ain't no problem. Yeah, someone marked it with a pencil there or something. But it really doesn't look bad, and it still has the original microphone connector. None of this push to talk rubbish, you know. It's just plain microphone connector, and you can see standby, transmit, flip a button to transmit. So sometime in the future we'll be working on this old big boy. And it's going to be a while now because we still got a lot of stuff to go through here. Also, we got an unexpected package in, and this is from our good friend Dino, who lives just up the road a few hundred miles, not far away. So we're going to open this up and see what Dino has sent in to us. Okay, we got it opened up. We have a note. I like that box. Kind of makes the package pop up a little bit. Oh, would you look at that. There's a pair of Klein Tools wire strippers. And they're ergonomically friendly. You got the curved handles on them. And let me see if I can get these out of the package. Man, you gotta love them blister packs that come in. And there you go. Nice pair of Klein stripping wear strippers. And I like these because the your stripping part is on the end. Every pair of wear strippers I have is down here. I'll show you. I got some right here. You see, these are the T&B, and I got like 8 pair of these things, and they're good for crimping and cutting small hardware to size. But as you can see, your wear stripping part's way down here. So if you're working in a radio with these and you got to get inside of it to strip a wire back, these are kind of awkward. And a lot of times I grab this or either an X-Acto knife. Let's take a look at the note here. Buddy, I cringe when you use the X-Acto knife to strip wires on the TS520 band switch fix in video number 100. You've probably been doing that way for years, but maybe this will make life easier in the workshop. 73 is Dino. Well, Dino, you are right. I have been doing it like that for many years, using either a razor knife or X-Acto knife or pocket knife. And I can't say that I have never cut my fingers doing that, because I have. But with these, this makes it a lot easier to get in there and strip a wire back. So that will be a very nice tool to have here in the shop. I do not have a pair like this. I think I had a pair like this about 10 years ago and just wore them completely out. But they won't Klein. So these should last a good while. And you know, it's always good to be safe when you're doing this. Good insulated pair, you know, you could be stripping wire with this, and it might have a capacitor in it that you forgot to discharge. That's going to make for a good day. This, a whole lot safer, and is the proper tool to use. Warning, not insulated, will not protect against electrical shock. Well, that end's not, but this end is. Now, you don't want to be working on live mains with this, but you know, no problems at all. This will do a good job. I want to thank you very much, Dino, for those. But you know, before we start any other projects like the TX-1, we got to finish up the my 2 favorite radios of all times, which is the TS520 and the FT101. These are my favorite rigs of all time. Now, I don't think the 520 is going to be that hard to finish up everything else. I mean, basically the whole thing is working. I've already got the footage of the antenna tuner and the digital display fixed and done. Just hasn't been uploaded yet. I was kind of saving it, spread out the videos just a little bit. All that's repaired. We got to go through the SM220 station monitor. It's working fine, but we need to do a little preventive maintenance on it, so we'll be going to that. The 101, I have to buy a multitude of capacitors. If you remember back in the older videos, we had some problems with some of those brown dip capacitors. I got the board right here. Yeah, you know, all these little brown capacitors here has got to be changed out, and all these electrolytics on all the boards and the radios, and that's going to take a little while. Not because, you know, it's so many capacitors in one radio. I actually have 5 101s that I'll be working through in that FT101 series, and this one being the $10 one, and was the least, you know, one to that could be repaired, was the one I wanted to start it on first. So not only do I need to buy capacitors for this one, I'm going to go ahead and buy capacitors for all the other 4. So I can go ahead and do them all at one time, rebuild all the boards, replace all the electrolytics in the radio. And the reason why I have 5 is that I actually wanted the whole collection of 101s. You know, this one's the EE. I actually have 2 EEs, and I'm going to end up, after I repair the other EE and get it up and running, I'm probably going to sell it or swap it out, because I need 2 more of the 101s for this collection, and that is the 101 plain, does not have a designator on it, and a B. So that's the other 2 models I need to complete the 101 series of radios. And I haven't really been out looking for them, but I know they're out there and I'll find them. But like I say, I am going to get rid of one of the EEs. Well, anyway, guys, you know, that's where we are. Lots and lots and lots to do here in the shop. Work still keeps me tied down quite a bit, so the time in the shop is still at minimum, and will be for a while. So you know, I'm getting tons and tons of emails. I think I got over 200 emails in the last 36 hours. No way I can reply to all of them. It takes way too much time. You know, I'll do my best to get to you. I think I replied to some yesterday that was 4 or 5 weeks old. So if you email me and I do not respond back for you, you know, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that there's so many of them. So we'll go ahead and call it, and just want to give a little update and show and tell on what's going on. And we got lots of work to do. Stay tuned and keep watching. I'd hear your comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video.